It's not lost on me that there's always a white band around me. Skeletor is a new album from Ghost. I've been a fan since like 2011, so I've been here for every album release, and usually it takes me about a month to figure out how to say the title. The one I had the hardest time with was I can't even say it. So Epistesium. I still can't do it, so there you go. Yeah, they always have these Latin kind of titles, and it's cool, but it's kind of tough to talk about an album and you can't even say the fucking title. But I was kind of not worried about it, but I saw a lot of mid reviews of this online, like a lot of people saying it wasn't as good as the other ones, and you know, from some bigger, I guess, music publications. And so I was like, oh man, that sucks. But yeah, it's great. It's great. That's my review. Thanks for coming by. Don't blame the teeth now. We'll say this though, it's probably the least movement forward for their sound. Of course, the earlier days was when they took the biggest steps between releases. Opus and Epistesium are like huge leap there, and even into Meloria, and right up to prequel. Like prequel is almost like a cinematic kind of sounds, like a movie. Then a little bit of progression in Impera, and this one is almost like Impera's Part 2, which I think he said he didn't want to make, but now it's not bad that there's not that much forward momentum for the band's sound, but what happens is after a while, once you get in that spot, if you gotta do a little bit to change things up. Like on the last album they had that track 20s, which I thought was really a big move for them. It was like reggaeton, and I thought that was going to be a much bigger deal than it was. It actually was a second single, and I loved it. And you know, I mean, I get it. It did have a Disney kind of villain theme song type of feel to it, but I thought it was great. I was into that, and that was definitely a progression. You know what I mean? Like it was a direction that I wasn't expecting them to go. This one is, I will agree with the fact that there are people that are saying it's safe, because it is a little bit safe. I don't think they made it to be that way. It's just what they had for songs or whatever. And it has this weird thing, like it's more raw in the raw places, and more over the top in the over the top places. They've expanded in both directions. The production on their album is always amazing. Even the first one, like for what it was, like the kind of sound it was, like a Lost Artifact from like the early 80s, like a Merciful Fate kind of sounding thing, or early 80s Scandinavian or European metal. It was perfect, the production on that. But since they went, since the second album, they've just been, you know, it's just always great production on their albums. This one is no different. It sounds really good. Like there's a lot of, it's not brick-walled to death. You can hear the separation between the instruments. I'm going to put my favorite songs up here on the screen, because I don't know the fucking names yet for everything. There's a couple ballads. There's 2 ballads on this, and they're both pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with this, and I think if you're a Ghost fan, you're going to like this shit. Now, I do kind of feel like they got to do something different now. Maybe not something radically different, but they got to shake it up a bit. You know, I don't think Tobias imagined it going this long, especially at this level. I mean, when you hear interviews in the early days, you know, they talked about doing a bigger stage show and how every album, he's thinking about the album after it. Maybe he still is, but I think he was like on maybe a 5-year plan in the beginning. And this is going on a lot longer than that. And I don't know. It's the kind of thing, like, it's cliche to say. Excuse me, just had to light this. It's that old cliche thing, but it applies here. If you're a fan, you're going to like it. And if you weren't a fan before, it's not going to make you a fan. You know, it does kind of follow the formula. And more, again, with what's from the... Again, this is what I'm in now. I'm in a fucking time loop. There's less lyrics about Satan and stuff like that on this album. And that's been the trend for a while now. Like, since Meloria. Or Meloria. Hey, Dom, what's up, man? What's going on? But, yeah, so I'm liking it. I need to listen to it a lot more. I've only given it a few spins. But, yeah, I think it falls right in line with the other ones. I don't think there's any deficit in any area that's stuck out to me. Good length, like most of their stuff always is. Now, after this, I expect like an EP, because that's usually how they've been doing it since they've been a band. So, they'll have that next. And then the thing that always confused me, or that I don't like, is how then they'll put an EP out, but then they make a deluxe edition of their regular albums, and they add the EP to it. That's confusing. I don't like that. That's, my autism does not fucking jive with that at all. I wish they wouldn't do that. And then for Infestesium, it was even weirder because they had a deluxe edition with just one extra song that wasn't on the EP. I don't like those kind of shenanigans. I really don't. But, I mean, those are my only kind of, I guess, complaints, I guess. Is maybe the lack of or slower forward momentum for an overall sound, which isn't even a problem in some future thing where they may put the fucking possible EP songs on this split. I mean, that's not even a thing. That would be a future loss. But, yeah, so I'm going to head in now. That's about it. There's nothing much to say about this. It's great. If you like the other ones, go like this. Thanks for stopping in. Until next time, don't blame the teacher. Blame the school.